This episode of Capes and Lunatics is brought to you by Tweaked Audio. Get awesome headphones, go to tweakedaudio.com and use the coupon code Southgate to get 30% off, free shipping, and a lifetime warranty. Or you can get there through the link on our website, southgatemediagroup.com. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Nightwing News. It's another month. I am Phil. Joining me, as always, is...
I'm Kristen.
All right. So we're going to discuss this month's issue, Nightwing number 60. Well, it should be Nightwing's number 60.
Yep.
And then you got a twofer on the Batman the Animated Series episodes, Robin's Reckoning Part 1 and Part 2.
And 2. Yep.
Great.
Awesome.
It's all about Dick Grayson here. All right. So what do you want to talk about first? The comic or the...
I guess let's start with the comic since it's only one thing.
Yeah. So what did you think?
I mean, not bad for a run that we're all still like, why still with the amnesia?
Why are we still here? Yeah, I mean,
it's certainly, I don't know, this villain that is kind of living fire. I mean, that's certainly interesting.
I mean, I'm enjoying it on a certain level. I mean, I've always liked Dan Jurgens' writing, especially like when he was on Superman back in the day, and he did a run not too long ago again. But I don't know. It's on the other. I'm kind of getting a little bored with this for the first time, I think, since like Dick Grayson got his own ongoing series in 1996. I'm just like, I don't know. Is this worth?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. It's not moving forward. It's weird because sometimes comics move forward really slow and sometimes really fast.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, you're right. It kind of feels like it's moving forward pretty slowly right now.
I mean, if they want to keep him with the whole amnesia thing, I get that, but I would rather him just put the costume back on himself without these other people, maybe, and just even if he wanted to work with them, if they weren't wearing the costume, I'd rather see him put on the Nightwing costume and be like, okay, I'm going to try to be a hero, even if I can't remember how to do it.
Yeah, that's true.
That would seem more.
That's true
to me.
Well, and I think maybe it feels like it's kind of stagnating or in the same place because every issue he always has to say like, oh yeah, I was hurt and now I don't have any memories. So
yeah.
Hurt.
But even if he put on the costume and tried without his memory, that just seems more Dick Grayson to me. It's just, that he'd be, it would just come that naturally to him.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. And I keep waiting for these. Nice, sweet cup. I keep waiting for I guess it's one of those problems that, whatever it is, what it is. But it's one of those things that I feel is actually frequently an issue in the superhero comics is it's not really that hard to figure out these people's secret identities.
Yeah.
So it kind of seems that the cops keep making comments that, oh, gee, what's up with this cabbie? Isn't it weird that he knows all this stuff? And I keep thinking back to, gosh, it's been several years, but Injustice, and how there's that one panel in Injustice where Barbara is, I can't remember now if she's doing Oracle stuff or Batgirl, but she says something to her dad, and he's like, yeah, of course I knew that you were a superhero since you went out with Dick Grayson the first night. And she was like,
oh, yeah.
Well, Dad, how did you know? And he goes, because I'm a detective. And I thought that was always really perfect. And I a little bit feel like these guys, particularly Sapienza, I'm waiting for him to have his like, I'm a detective moment where he just puts like, why is this cabbie so good at this and want to help? And he also has a really bad head injury.
Yeah, you would think
maybe this cabbie is.
You would think maybe they would, at least he would suspect that he's this cabbie is Nightwing. Maybe he will, and maybe if someone figures it out, maybe they'll get killed or something. But
Right.
I
Sometimes
mean,
it feels like they're working the whole.
it's mainstream superhero comics. You have to have, I guess, a somewhat of a suspension of disbelief because it's like,
Right, yeah. So that it's
how does
they really work the like people willingly don't want to know or whatever, or like willingly ignore that they know it.
yeah, that's my big theory is like Commissioner Gordon knows Bruce Wayne is Batman, but he doesn't want to put two and two together just because
Right.
plausible deniability.
Right, yes. And that makes sense.
Oh, Mr. Mayor, you want me to stop Batman? Well, I don't know who he is.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean,
Yeah.
the story was all right.
Right, yes, no, it was. I'm just waiting for these detectives to have their like, hey.
But like I said, even if he can't remember a thing, I just think Dick would like try to put on a costume and, I mean, it seems like he's getting this heroic instinct back. I would have
Oh, definitely.
you'd think he would want to protect his new life and at least put a mask on.
I know, and I'm just afraid something's gonna happen to her. I don't know.
Oh, his girlfriend?
Yeah.
Maybe. I'm thinking something's either going to happen to her or one of those cops.
Oh yeah, one of the Nightwings.
Yeah, someone's going to get hurt or killed, and yeah, that's going to. He's like, oh, I guess I don't want to, but I have to put the suit back on.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. It feels like.
but like we've been saying, I was how I keep saying, oh, I wonder if they're keeping him this way because of Tom King's story. But Tom King, they just announced it yesterday or something. He's leaving Batman early.
Yeah. I think it was yesterday you sent me that. Yeah. So it's very. I don't know. Stuff is up over at DC. I mean, I don't know what their deal is, obviously, but it seems like things are. It's so weird. It seems like things are always changing,
I think.
and as soon as you have, it's like they put out that big press release that about Tom King's Batman, and then just it feels like just days later, he's like, "Oh yeah, I'm leaving soon." What?
Yeah, because the whole plan was him to stay till like issue 105, and now I don't know if it's 75 is going to be his last issue, which is only like 4 issues away now. Because 70.
I thought somebody said 85.
Oh, I don't know. I
For
thought
the end of the year, maybe.
I thought I saw 75. Maybe.
Oh, maybe.
Oh, I don't know. But yeah, either way, I mean, it's coming soon because 71 just came out last week. So
Right, and I don't really understand the industry, so I don't know if that's the kind of thing that like it's good and he's like moving on to some. I guess I don't understand what it is like because it's not my industry, so I don't understand what it means when people are moving on to something better. Because I know some of the Nightwing writers, they were doing Nightwing, and then it's like, oh, I'm moving on to something better. But of course, us as huge Nightwing fans, I'm like, well, what do you mean better than Nightwing?
yeah, I don't know if it was his choice or not, but also he was getting death threats for Heroes in Crisis for what he did to Wally. So I mean, unless he's leaving because of that, and they just don't want to give the haters
Yeah,
more fuel to be like, oh yeah, if you give someone death threats, they'll leave. So maybe they're just like, oh yeah, he found more. He's working.
that's pretty messed up though.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's some decisions in comics I don't agree with these days, but yeah, you don't send somebody death threats over fictional stories, people.
Yeah, no, that's not good. And I think it wouldn't be. I feel like it wouldn't be such a problem maybe if we us fans maybe weren't always so intense and stuff. I think one of the things that, and it took me a while to accept it, is because these are long running characters, there's a lot of different interpretations, and it's okay to say, I don't like that interpretation, and I'm just like not gonna do that one and just read something else or wait for it to come back instead of being like, you're ruining my character.
That is the weakness of like mainstream superheroes is like they can't grow and age too much because eventually they're gonna not reset,
Mhm.
but yeah, they only they're not gonna let Dick Grayson ever get to 40 years old.
Right, yeah. I mean, they wouldn't even let Bruce get to 40 years old, even though he should totally be 40 years old. I was cracking up because there was an article about what's his name? Oh, Robert Pattinson is probably going to be Batman in whenever the heck this random Batman movie that they keep talking about comes out. And it said in there that he would be the second youngest Batman because he'll be 33 or 34. And they said that Christian Bale was the youngest and he was 31 when the Dark Knight came out. And that kind of, I just thought that was so funny that it was like, whoa, he was so young at 31 because half the time, I mean, because for a long time they tried to have that myth that like Bruce was always 29
Yeah, I know.
in the comics. And it's like Hollywood is full of young people and they don't even cast someone that young to be Batman.
Yeah, I thought Robert Pattinson was younger, but I guess I know Lilith was saying he has a baby face, so I
I
don't.
mean, yeah, I mean, you want him to be like a young Bruce Wayne, right?
Oh yeah, because I don't think they like to
And
take.
that was part of the reason that Ben Affleck wasn't going to do it because he's
Yeah,
like, I'm too old.
well, I think that's one of the I don't know if that's one of the reasons they think they're Justice League and all that failed is because Batman was too. Oh, he was like how much older than everyone else, even Superman. So yeah, I guess they're going young. I think they're going the Marvel route now. You go kind of young, and you can get at least 10 years out of these people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, whatever. I'm sure it'll be fine.
Yeah,
I mean, because the thing is, anymore, it really needs to be a decent movie to begin with. I mean, obviously, we know. I mean, okay, Ben Affleck has done like some not so hot movies, like Geely or whatever it was. But I mean, he's also Ben. I mean, he can act.
I mean,
So
you could.
obviously, like the problem with Batman versus Superman was not that Ben Affleck was
No,
Batman.
no, that's what I was gonna say. I mean, you can have the best actor in the world, but you have to give them good material. I mean, but yeah, Batman v Superman. I mean, there were story problems there, and they tried to fit too much in there. The first meeting
Yeah.
Batman Superman, then the big fight, and then Doomsday, then the death of they tried to fit,
So yeah,
and that and
yeah.
that and that
I
left.
think Robert Pattinson will be fine. If the
Yeah,
movie's not good, it's not going to be because of him.
no, yeah. I think we're supposed to get more of we're gonna get like more Batman doing detective work. I think it's gonna be more noir, so it should be better. I think.
Yeah. Oh, actually, yes, you weren't. And shoot, he's on Twitter. I forget the guy's name. I should look it up, but I don't have the program right here. But someone at the Batman conference that we were at last month did a good look at. I want to say his name was Jason. Anyway, he did a good look at the Batman movies and sort of how detective-y are they? And really, the movies are not that detective-y. And actually, like the best one for detective was like the 1966 Batman movie. Where they actually did some detective work because now it's so much gadgets and that kind of thing. So
I was gonna say, I mean, there was a tiny bit in those Michael Keaton ones, but not real. I mean, in the first one, he figured out what chemicals the Joker was
mhm.
using. In the second one, it was like, looking in the Penguin's background and stuff. But yeah, I mean, it's more, I think they think, oh, we have to have action, but it's like it's Batman. You gotta have both. You gotta have detective work. Gotta have, you know,
Mhm.
detective work, action, the
Yeah,
gadget. And look, this issue's so good.
exactly.
We're off topic again.
Yes. Well, we'll talk about movies someday. If there's ever a Nightwing movie, we'll have so much to talk about. But
Uh,
I feel like that's kind of the bummer. Is like there's not as ton to talk about.
I know. That's what I'm thinking. I mean, hopefully
Like I'm just waiting for some sort of shoe to drop.
put him back in the suit. Like I said, even if he doesn't have his memory, put him back in the suit. Although speaking of the suit, did you see that link? I think I shared it. They confirmed Titan season 2. We're gonna get a Nightwing suit.
Oh, I did. Yes, yes. I think you might have sent me that too. Yep, he's gonna have this. He's gonna have this suit. Yep. It would be interesting if he gets his memory back gradually and then he like puts the different suits on and then like suddenly starts to get a lot of memories of like, oh hey, I remember what I did in this suit.
Oh, what? So he wears them in order. For he starts off with the disco suit. And
Yeah, and then he's like, oh, I remember what I was doing in that. Of course, like why would you have a disco suit when it's not the 80s anymore? But whatever. I still dig it. Yeah, and I thought it was cool how he was like Nightwing Prime and Red Nightwing. So I want to see, is he gonna call the one who wears his disco suit Disco Nightwing? Because that would be sweet.
I don't know. Yeah. Hey, stripes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
So yeah,
yeah,
I mean, yeah, Titan season 2. I can't wait. We're getting Nightwing. I think they're doing Judas contract, some form of the Judas contract. Deathstroke.
wait, sorry, this is in Titans.
I think Titan season 2. Yeah. I think Young Justice and Titan season 2 are both doing like their version of.
Oh, right, yes, Young Justice. Yeah, yeah. When does Young Justice start back up? Is it in June or not till July?
I don't know. I thought it was June, but I know Swamp Thing's starting up in like another week or so too.
Okay. Yeah, yeah. Right. Yes, yes. Yeah, I definitely agree with you there. I really think they're gonna do. Well, I mean, they kind of have to. I mean, they have 13 episodes, and they just brought Tara on, and we saw that was like the cliffhanger that she's bad.
Yeah, yeah, but yeah, I think yeah, Titans and Young Justice are both doing Judas contracts, so guess we'll see who does it better.
Could be. Yeah. Well, I feel like they might do it at some point, but is I mean, I feel like they still need to do. They need to do Terror of Trigon to finish off. I mean, because everyone's like in Trigon's mind or whatever.
Yeah, I wonder if they'll just do it in the first episode back or something like that. But they cast Batman too for Titans.
Yeah, I did. I did see that. So that'll be interesting. We'll see how that. We'll see how that one goes. Too gritty.
Yeah. But speaking of Batman, do you want to talk the animated series episodes?
Yeah, for sure.
Rob.
So Robin's Reckoning, amazing.
Mm.
I mean, I think everybody knows it won the first Emmys, I think, for the animated series.
Mm.
So yeah, that's the episode that won at the Emmys. So
The origin of Dick.
everyone agrees. Everyone agrees it's awesome.
Yeah, the origin of Dick Grayson, of course.
Yeah, even the award people. Yeah, so I was cracking up when I first started. I'd forgotten how it starts at the beginning when Dick's like, "Man, if I know we'd just be sitting around here, I would have brought my homework." I was like, I feel you. I was that person in college too. I was like, God, if I know I have to sit around, I wish I brought a book or like could do something useful.
Batman just like, mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Lucky for me, you're such a great conversationalist.
And when he said that, I was waiting for Batman to again go, uh-huh.
Yeah, well, but then the guys the contract saboteurs showed up.
Yeah, it's at the construction site. Yeah, they're fighting them on like
So yeah.
bicycle. Yeah. Who do you work for? I can't tell you. Billy Barron. Billy Barron. Robin, go get the Batmobile.
Right, yeah. That's like, and then of course all he had to do was go back to the cave and type in Billy Marin and hit enter, and then it was like, oh, this is Tony Zuko. Like, really feels
Well, I mean,
whatever.
Well, I mean, the computer is in the Batcave. It's not like
Right, I know, but it's like Batman didn't want him to know, and he took him back to the Batcave where all he had to do was type Billy Marin into the computer.
I mean, unless he thought Dick wasn't going to think of that. I don't know.
Batman should know better than that.
But that whole thing with Batman interrogating the thug, I mean, he didn't come out and say it, but I mean, he inferred it very strongly. For a kid, for a kid's cartoon, he's just like, it's you, me, and 30 stories.
Yeah, that's true. Yes. Yeah. And the guy's like, you can't leave me hanging. And he's like, I'm not the police. Yes, I can. I was like, dang, Batman's hardcore.
Billy Marin. Yeah. Tony Zuko. So then we get the origin, Dick's origin at the circus. And
yeah.
I think they did the death of his parents well. Like, they didn't show it, but all of a sudden they show the swing and then it comes back and the rope's broken.
Yeah. No, yeah. I mean, that was good. Yeah, that was good. It's a good way to be like, whoa, but also not graphic for the kids.
And I love how Commissioner Gordon looks exactly the same, except his hair is red now instead of gray.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and I had forgotten because I don't think they named the elephants in his original, 1940 story, but I read people talk about Zitka a lot, and then I was like, oh, that's right. It's the animated series that first gave the elephant that name, I think.
Maybe. I don't know. I know there was an elephant, and what was it? It was either Batman Year 3 or Lonely Place of Dying, which was late 80s or early 90s. Yeah. So, yeah, I don't know if they named it there or not.
Yeah, and I think in some later ones, because there are a couple different names of elephants. I have to go back and look at some of the Titans ones, but I think sometimes when Dick goes back to the circus later, he meets back up with the elephant, and the elephant has a name.
Yeah, because they did a lot of Dick's origin in Batman Year 3. That was like the arc right before Tim Drake shows up.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, Tim was in Tim was in those flashbacks too. His parents took him to the circus.
Yes, yeah. Although they didn't bring it because in the animated series, the next Robin is kind of like a Tim Drake, Jason Todd smush. So,
yeah,
they did at the circus.
They gave Tim Jason's origin because they didn't want to explain the kids about or Robin getting beat to death by the Joker.
Yeah, I mean, makes sense. Except then later they just have the Joker turn him into a mini Joker instead, which is pretty bad. Although I guess that was technically in a different series.
Oh, Batman Beyond. Yeah,
that was technically Batman Beyond, right?
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so I don't know. I mean, yeah, Robin's Reckoning. It's pretty great. It starts out kind of funny, and then you have that very dramatic cliffhanger when Robin's running out and he's like, "I'm not gonna do what he says, Alfred. Maybe not ever again." And Alfred's like, Alfred's sad face. You're like, "Oh, gasp!" But by the end, BFFs again.
Yeah, I do. In that first episode, I do like the flashbacks. When Dick moves in, and then I love when Batman goes to Zuko's uncle. Was it Stromberg?
Yeah.
And he's threatening him, and then the guards see Batman outside and start shooting at him.
Yes, yeah, he goes to his uncle's house. I like that part where Pop Haley introduces Bruce Wayne and he knocks over his popcorn and then he spills his pop.
Yeah,
that's funny. It's pretty classic.
How clumsy! I could not be the Batman.
Yeah, pretty classic. Well, and then you see Bullock and he's just like a regular policeman wearing his blue outfit, and you're like, ah.
That's a nice continuity there. I mean, I'm sure that's the first time they showed him as a beat cop, but yeah, I remember in Mask of
I forget. Yeah, I'm not sure what.
Well, Mask of the Phantasm, when they did a flashback, Bullock was a beat cop in that too. So.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And I think the commissioner's hair is not white. I think his hair is brown. So you're like, ooh, the passage of time.
Wasn't it like orange or red or something?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's supposed to be brown, but it kind of looks like orange. Yeah.
But yeah, I just love the attention to detail. Like I was saying, when Batman's breaking into Stromberg's house and he almost gets Zuko. He jumps on the car and everything, but he's wearing the old belt with the pouches and everything.
Yeah. And I feel like because Kevin Conroy is such a good voice actor, I think his voice he does a little bit something different with his voice when he's doing the flashbacks as Bruce Wayne to make him sound 10 years younger. So that's cool.
I think Conroy always did stuff like that. I think because today me and Luca were watching Night of the Ninja.
Yeah,
they did those flashbacks, and Bruce Wayne's voice sounded much higher.
So right, yes, you're right. Yeah, because that has a part in the past. You're right. Yeah. So he's doing good stuff. And then
we get Dick going after Zuko, trying to go after Zuko on his own in the flashbacks for first. And
showing his
that's what
good.
Batman reveals his secret. How bad do you want Tony Zuko?
Yep, and that he has this sort of detective-y, or he at least has superhero instincts because he's not afraid to ride the bus to the sketchy part of town.
And he saves that.
And then that awesome little phone tracker that he puts on the phone feels very 90s.
Oh yeah, trace the call.
And Zuko is just so ridiculous when he is shooting while the merry-go-round is moving.
Take your chance, boys.
I know. It's like, wow, you're really an idiot.
It's like, why does anyone work for you? Yeah, yeah.
Right, yeah. You're just like, I'm openly going to shoot at someone while you're all on a merry-go-round. Great idea.
But I love how Dick was like all mad at Batman, but then he's like, I'm gonna find you, Zuko. I was trained by the best.
Yep. And then he's kind of mad at Zuko, and then Batman's like, no, don't. He's like, you were right. And then as soon as Batman's like, no, it wasn't that. I was afraid, what if he took you too? And then it's like, oh, now we're best friends again.
But I just love that voice he puts on at the end when he's threatening Zuko. He's like,
yeah.
Just waiting. Yeah, say.
Yeah.
Because I mean, Batman was injured, so I guess Robin was worried Zuko was going to kill him too. So yeah, I love that scene. You know,
yep.
Dick's on the motorcycle, he crashes in, he just grabs Zuko and drags him down the pier.
Yep.
Behind the motor.
Yeah, that was pretty crazy. Also, when he jumps the drawbridge over that boat.
Oh yeah,
that was ridiculous.
Nothing could have.
I mean, it was awesome, but super dangerous.
Oh yeah, no kidding. I think that was just nothing to stop me from coming for my vengeance.
Right, I know. I was like, that really is defying the laws of gravity.
It's like you can't wait 30 seconds.
No, time is of the essence. I mean, it kind of was because since Zuko injured
Batman, yeah.
Man, but yeah, it was pretty fun. But that also brings me back to something that I think is really cool and useful. I don't know if you remember. It was in the US. It was several years ago now, probably at least 6 or 7, where they did that Batman live show.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, did it come near you at all? Did you see it?
No, I
okay.
Checked, but yeah, I never came close.
Yeah, so I saw it, and actually I saw it twice.
Ooh.
I saw it once in the UK and once in LA because it went to Europe first, and it happened to be when I was doing my dissertation. So I was like, oh, I better see this just in case it never comes to the US. And then it did. And it was the same show. But it reminded me that the Batman Live story, it was Robin's origin. Not in flashback though. It was like in that time period. And it was really very good. And I feel like this is something that people are kind of missing, and that could make a really good movie. Because it has things that people love, or maybe people don't love origin stories. Maybe it's just Hollywood loves making them. But it has an origin story, but it has an origin story that has Batman in it. So you get like the best of both worlds. You have this origin kind of thing, but Batman is already in it. And so I figure, you could have a couple flashbacks to Bruce Wayne's parents dying. So you're like, oh yeah, right. His parents died. Because, obviously he has these moments where he'll be like, I understand what you're going through. And then, oh, right, yeah. But then you've got Batmaning it up. Instead of being like, random rich man is hiking the Alps or the Himalayas or whatever to go seek advice from whoever. Like, whatever. Instead, you could just have Batman doing Batman things. That seems more fun.
Yeah. What's the other thing I liked about this episode too is just how Bruce had to talk to Dick in the flashbacks, telling him, yeah, I know how you feel. My parents were killed too and stuff. And like, does the hurt ever go away?
Right. Yeah. It shows a side of Batman that is obviously there, and has been extremely prominent in the comics, but doesn't always get the attention that it deserves. I think it could make a very good movie, because you don't have to have. I mean, the movie could end. I mean, that's how the Batman live show was. Yeah. The movie kind of ended, or the show kind of ended with like Dick helping get Zuko. And so often in the comics, that's how it is. They kind of, sneaks out, helps get Zuko, and then at the end, you can be like, all right, I'm gonna train you for real. and then that's the end of the movie. We don't have to like, you don't have to, show the training montage or whatever.
Yeah, I know. I mean, a lot of these movies, I mean, they got to modernize it, but I mean, they should take their example from the animated series because I mean, that was like the best Batman because it's like you could let your kids watch any of it, but meanwhile, they didn't talk down to them, and it's like there was stuff for adults to enjoy too. It was like, it was complex,
Right.
but not, it wasn't over anyone's head.
Right, and I feel that you could have a movie like that was kind of like the Batman Live, the Robin origin, and you could have Robin be little, like he's supposed to, although they'll probably make him a teenager. But then if you end the movie with like, okay, he snuck out and did these crazy things to get to go on his own, and he was actually pretty good at it, and that makes Batman realize, and then you just stop the movie, then the next time you make a movie, if you want to have Robin in it, you just jump forward however many years you want and get a grown up to do it.
As long as it's not like Batman Forever, where it's Chris O'Donnell has to go live with Val Kilmer. It's like, why are they making this 30-year-old man go live with this other?
Right, exactly. That's what I mean. It's like you need to have him be a kid,
Yeah.
so it makes sense. And then but then you stop the movie like with the candlelight oath or whatever, and then you have a time jump
Yeah.
in the next one if you're going to have Robin in it.
Or even, I mean, if they want to do a little older, I mean, you could do like a 15 or 16-year-old kid, but make it like a real 15 or 16-year-old kid. Don't say it's like, Chris O'Donnell pretending he's 16 years old.
Right, yeah, which it's like, were they even pretending he was 16? It kind of felt like he was
No.
practically 18, and then it was like, why are you even bothering?
But again, I mean, even if they were saying he was 17, I mean, he was, you could tell he's older than that.
All right, yeah.
You're supposed to believe this is someone who's, under 18. It's like, okay, really?
Yeah, it could be done. You can find these people out there. I mean, though, on Titans, the Tegan who plays Raven, she's pretty young. I mean, I think she's about 15 or 16, and she's very good. Really sells it.
Or at least get somebody who can play young. Because I mean, Tom Holland, who plays Spider-Man now, I mean, I think he's only supposed to be 15 or 16 in those movies. He's 21 in real life.
Oh yeah, that's true. He does look young.
Yeah, as long as you get somebody who looks young.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, even if they wanted to have Robin in it, you could make a great movie from Robin's Reckoning, like right there. Just make the episode. There you go.
Or do some of that as flashbacks for a Nightwing movie. Although, I mean, I want a Nightwing movie so bad, but I almost don't, just because I want them to perfect it. I want DC to perfect the movie process.
Yes, exactly. It's like, I want this movie, but I also don't want this movie.
Don't give us a subpar Nightwing, yeah.
Because I don't. It's like, I'll see it and I'll try to not, diss on it too much, but it's like, I want it to be good.
Yeah.
So don't rush it and don't. I don't know. I think they learned a lot from Superman versus Batman, but we'll see.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, if they don't want to connect everything, that's fine. Just, give us a good move. They set up Deathstroke at the end of what was that? Was that Justice League or Batman v Superman? Justice League, when, at that end credit scene, Lex breaks Deathstroke out or something. It's like, there we go. We got a Deathstroke. Let's do
Oh yeah.
Judas Contract or something.
I know. The thing is, and whatever, this is just because it's one of those things, and there's a hierarchy in comics. But I mean, Deathstroke, I'm pretty sure, was invented for New Teen Titans, and now he's become more like a Batman villain, because it's like, oh, Deathstroke's cool, so now we have to give him to better characters. Like, thanks a lot.
Well, I think it's because Batman's so good, they need someone who can go toe to toe with him, and Nightwing, and the best fighters in the world. You need someone who's basically almost a metahuman. Because back in the early was it late 80s, early 90s? Yeah, in Deathstroke's book, I think they had him beat Batman in a fight.
Sorry, and they had him be what? They had him beat Batman?
They had him beat Batman in a fight, but it was Deathstroke's book, so of course he was going to beat Batman.
Oh, right, yeah.
Well, the other thing where everyone was trying to bring him in, and it's like, no, none of the superheroes could bring him in, so eventually they just called in Superman to bring in Deathstroke.
Right.
And eventually Deathstroke's just like, okay, I'll let Superman take me, and the minute he's gone, I'm escaping.
Yeah, that's fair. Crazy. Any last thoughts about Robin's Reckoning?
Well, again, like you said, that was like the first one that won the Emmy. Of course it is, because it deserved it. Because
Yeah.
I mean, all the animated series episodes were good, but that was probably like, one of the, if not the first one that was like really went deep, emotionally, and just about every level.
Right. Yeah. It has. Yeah.
But what? All right. So what are we gonna? What episode are we gonna talk next time?
I don't know. What do you want to do? I would say we did a Scarecrow, we did a Riddler, we did Robin's Reckoning. Those are the ones we've done so far, right?
Yeah. What's the name? I sound like an idiot. What's the name of that episode? The first Ra's al Ghul one.
Oh, the Demon's Quest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Should we do that?
Oh, yeah, yeah. The two-parter? Yeah, that's a good one.
Although, I mean,
I was actually laughing because I was scrolling through to find, I was too far ahead, so I had to go back to Robin's Reckoning, and when I was going past, I went by the Demon's Quest, and the little thumbnail for one of the Demon Quests is like Talia in the background and a big shirtless Batman at the front.
I mean, Dick is like kidnapped for some of that, but should we? I don't know. Should we cover that? That's like a two-parter, right?
Yeah, it's two parts. Yeah.
Should we?
Oh, yeah, it's a good one.
You want to do that? I mean, it's classic anyway, even if it's
Yeah, for sure, it's classic.
even if it's not like all Nightwing or whatever. I mean, we need to do it.
Yeah.
Although, and eventually, because they're probably all on DC Universe. I was gonna say, eventually, do you want to do like Batman Bad Blood and stuff?
Oh, yeah, we can do those. Hush is supposed to come out, right? Sometime.
I think sometime soon.
I think maybe in the summer.
In the summer sometime. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it might be like July for streaming and August for the physical, or else it's August streaming and September physical, but I'm pretty sure August is involved.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, eventually we'll do Batman Bad Blood, because I mean that's Dick in the Batman suit. So.
Yeah, that's a good one.
And they have the Titans too with him in it. Yeah, we got.
Yeah, the Judas Contract one.
Yeah, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. Which was not quite as. I mean, it was good, but it wasn't quite. Because he was already Nightwing, so that part had to be cut out, which was sad.
Yeah. He was in that red suit. All right. So are we done?
I would say, yep.
All right. So yeah, join us next month. We'll be covering Nightwing 61. Hopefully we get closer to Dick getting back in the suit when we're covering the two-part Demon's Quest for Batman the Animated Series. So please join us. Send your thoughts on anything we discussed tonight or the upcoming stuff, capesandlunatics@gmail.com. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter at Nightwing News and at CL Sidekicks. Follow CL Sidekicks on Instagram. The voicemail 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. And check out all the Capes and Lunatics stuff at capesandlunatics.org. And since Kristen won't tell you, go on Amazon and pick up Dick Grayson, Boy Wonder, her masterpiece. It is good. She won't tell you. All right. But thank you for joining us again. Join us. It's gonna be a good summer, like we said. We'll getting Nightwing now when Titans comes back, Young Justice comes back. I think he's in Hush. I'm pretty sure, right? I mean,
he should be.
Yeah, I was gonna say, he was in the comic book, for a little bit there. So so. It's weird. We're getting so much Nightwing and everywhere else, but in the comics, it's like he's not in the suit. So I hope they fix that soon.
Yeah.
And not that I want Tom King to leave, but maybe with his departure, maybe we'll get Dick in the suit faster.
It's just weird.
So yes, lots of good stuff. Join us next month Gonna be a great summer. And remember, Graysons, keep flying.